you ever walked into a room and felt like a giant, blinding spotlight was shining directly on you? Suddenly, every step you take feels awkward, and you're convinced that everyone is watching your every move. If you spill a drop of coffee on your shirt, you think your entire day is ruined and that everyone is judging you. If you stumble over a single word in a conversation, you replay it in your mind for hours, agonizing over it. Speaking up in public feels like a high-stakes performance where any mistake will be remembered forever. We scroll through our lives, constantly worrying about the invisible report card the world is grading us on. This constant hyper-awareness can make us feel incredibly lonely, trapped under our own personal cloud of judgment. We take a magnifying glass to our smallest flaws, assuming the rest of the world is doing the exact same thing. We become our own harshest critics, projecting our deep internal insecurities onto the faces of people around us. It keeps us awake at night, overthinking things we said days, weeks, or even months ago. So we hide away. We stay quiet, blend into the background, and avoid taking any real social risks. But what if I told you that this intense pressure you feel is actually a trick of the mind? In psychology, this powerful phenomenon is known as the spotlight effect. It is a cognitive bias where we drastically overestimate how much other people notice our appearance and behavior. We naturally live as the main character of our own story, so we assume we are the main character in everyone else's story too. But here is the liberating, life-changing truth that science proves. They simply aren't looking. When you stumble over a pebble or misspeak, people notice it far less than you think, if they notice at all. We shackle ourselves with the imagined judgments of a crowd that is actually looking somewhere else entirely. We break out of our shell the moment we realize that everyone else is trapped in their own glass jar. Famous psychological studies proved this by putting students in highly embarrassing t-shirts and sending them into rooms. The students thought everyone noticed the shirt, but in reality, fewer than half the people in the room even registered it. Why? Because every single person around you is standing under their own imaginary spotlight. They are way too busy worrying about their own hair, their own mistakes, and their own awkward comments to focus on yours. Think about it. Do you remember what the stranger next to you on the bus was wearing yesterday? Exactly. If you don't spend your day microanalyzing others, why do you assume they spend their day microanalyzing you? The minor slip-ups that torment your memories completely vanish from everyone else's minds within seconds. Data shows that human memory for other people's minor social mistakes is incredibly short-lived.
Overthinking it.
Once you truly understand this, a beautiful sense of freedom begins to wash over your life. The spotlight effect stops being a prison and becomes a tool for radical self-acceptance. You can finally cut the strings of paranoia and stop living your life for an imaginary audience. So what if you spill some coffee? It's just a stain on a shirt, not a stain on your character. You can walk through the world with your head held high, knowing you are allowed to just exist. You can speak your mind clearly, knowing that a stumbled word doesn't define your intelligence. You can actively cross out the fear of being constantly watched and start living authentically. Your mental energy is freed up to focus on what actually matters, your own peace and happiness. You can raise your hand, share your creative ideas, and take bold risks without fear of judgment. You realize that the world isn't a cold courtroom judging you. It's just a crowded space of people trying to find their way. You are free to try new things, make messy mistakes, and have fun along the journey. Imagine how much weight drops off your shoulders when you stop carrying the weight of imagined opinions. You can focus entirely on creating your art, building your dreams, and expressing your true self. You stop waiting for external permission or validation because you know your worth is internal. Connecting with other people becomes completely natural when you stop viewing them as judges. You realize that your self-worth easily outbalances the temporary passing thoughts of anyone else. The door to a completely uninhibited, confident life opens wide right in front of you. Take a deep breath and let go of the need to be socially perfect. Perfection doesn't exist anyway. Walk forward side by side with humanity, realizing we are all just beautifully flawed individuals. Now that you know the secret of the spotlight effect, the illusion completely loses its power over you. When you look in the mirror, you don't see a collection of flaws anymore. You just see you. And that is enough. Step confidently into your future, mapping out a life built on your own terms, not others' glances. The spotlight isn't real, and the stage is entirely yours. Turn off the fear, step forward, and just be yourself.